Fabric is one of my favorite materials to work with. There are so many options and techniques and different materials that you can choose when you're working with fabric. But there's also a lot of terms, and when you're just starting out, they can get a little confusing. So let's go over the basics, and the next time that you're in the fabric store or shopping online, you'll know exactly what you're looking at. To start, let's get to know the anatomy of a piece of fabric. Fabric comes in set widths, which you can get cut to specific lengths. Check the width of the fabric on the bolt directly when buying in store or listed in the item description when online. It's important to get the right length of fabric to go with the width to make sure that you're going to have enough for your project. A piece of fabric cut directly from the bolt will have 2 raw edges and 2 selvage edges. The selvage runs along the length of the fabric, and the raw edge will be where the fabric was cut, or along the width of the fabric. The selvage is a finished edge and doesn't fray or unravel, unlike a raw edge. The cross grain of the fabric is along the width of the fabric, from selvage edge to selvage, or you could say it goes across the fabric. The straight grain, or sometimes referred to as the lengthwise grain, runs along the length of the fabric from raw edge to raw edge, perpendicular to the selvage. The bias is the diagonal, across the fabric at a 45-degree angle from selvage to selvage. The bias always has a little bit of stretch, unlike the cross grain and the straight of grain. So make sure when you're cutting out your pattern pieces, you align the grain according to the pattern, as that little bit of stretch can make a huge difference to how the garment fits. Fabric is generally made in one of 2 ways, either woven or knit, though of course there are some exceptions. Woven fabrics are fabrics made by weaving threads in different patterns, things like satins, quilting cottons, denims, brocades, and so on. For the most part, these fabrics don't have a lot of, if any, stretch. Knit fabrics, on the other hand, are knitted, just like a sweater or socks, things like jersey or spandex, and knit fabrics will generally have some to a lot of stretch to them. Whether woven or knit, fabrics can be made from a lot of different fibers. There are 2 major categories: natural fibers, things made from plants and animals like cotton, linen, wool, or silk, or synthetic fibers, things made from man-made materials like polyester, rayon, and nylon, or lycra. The combination of fiber and technique is what makes the fabric what it is and determines the properties of how it behaves. The hand of a fabric is a term used to describe fabric, mostly meaning how it feels in your hand, and also often talks about how much structure the fabric has or how it hangs or drapes. There isn't a definitive guide to describing the hand of a fabric, but generally, a light or soft hand means the fabric is lightweight and quite drapey. It's not going to hold its shape, and it's going to form the shape of whatever it's over the top of, something like a chiffon or a peachskin satin, where a heavy or stiff hand would be a sturdier fabric that's going to keep its shape better on its own, something like a taffeta or a denim. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you found it helpful. If there are any more words or terms about fabric or sewing or cosplay that you'd like to know more about, please let me know down in the comments below. And as always, you can watch me live on twitch.tv/randomtuesday or check out my website randomtuesday.com for more information, tutorials, and resources over there as well. Lastly, and never leastly, thank you to each and every one of my patrons over on Patreon who made this video a reality. If you're able to do so, any monthly amount is truly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching.